Your mind is a temple. Your mind is a temple. And you are desecrating it every day. Look closely. That phone you check obsessively at 3 a.m. is not innocent. That constant complaint you repeat like a mantra is rotting you from the inside. That coffee you drink with trembling hands is not energy. It's pure poison in disguise. You are at war with yourself and you don't even know it. Think about this. A caged lion hits its head against the bars. It bleeds. It's destroying itself. Do you know why? Because it doesn't see the cage. You are that lion. Your bad habits are the invisible bars that are tearing you apart. The difference is, you can open the door. Here is the raw truth. Your "I can't sleep" is actually "I won't put down the phone." Your "I'm stressed" means I consume mental junk 24/7. Your "I don't have time" translates to "I'd rather be distracted than live." You've lied to yourself so much that you've started to believe it. But today, it ends. Break the cycle. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. Because every minute you tolerate these habits, you give away pieces of your peace of mind for nothing. Until when? Before we continue, think about this for a moment. Today I choose to eliminate what takes away my peace and regain my mental well-being. Comment. Where are you watching this from? I want to know which city or country you're joining us from. 1. Stop people-pleasing and breathe freedom. Look at yourself. You're exhausted. You chase approval like a hungry dog begging for scraps. You feel that if you don't meet everyone's expectations, you are worthless. But tell me, when was the last time you did something just for you? Wake up, you are chained. Not with iron, shackles, but with the invisible threads of "what will they say?" They have tamed you with fake smiles and empty words. They taught you that being accepted is more important than being authentic. But the philosopher Epictetus was clear. If you want to be loved, love your freedom. And do you know the price of that freedom? Stopping the pleasing. Stop right now. Don't live your life as if it were a stage where everyone expects your best performance. You are not an actor. You are the author. And every time you betray yourself to please others, you are tearing pages from your soul. Imagine this. You go through life giving out yeses like candy, when inside you are screaming nitrogen monoxide. How many people have you given your time, your energy, your peace to, out of fear of being rejected? Be brutally honest with yourself. Do you prefer to be liked or to be respected? To be loved for a mask or to be free in your truth? Be firm. Be fierce. Be you. Marcus Aurelius didn't need to be popular to be wise. Happiness depends on you alone. Not on others' validation. Not on pats on the back. Not on a like or comfortable silence. Say no without explaining. Say yes without guilt. Walk away without fear. Breathe without permission. Because the one who demands that you change yourself to be accepted doesn't deserve you. And the one who loves you for who you pretend to be doesn't love you. Take control. Reclaim your time. Protect your mind like a sacred castle. When you free yourself from the burden of people-pleasing, something powerful happens. You start to truly live. Do it for you, not out of rebellion, not out of ego. Do it because you deserve peace. Act today. Don't postpone your freedom. Every yes you give in fear is another chain. Every no you give with courage is a key. Remember what Seneca said. He is a slave who lives for the opinion of others. Are you going to keep being a slave? Break free. Decide. Breathe. Be free. You already know what you have to do. Now do it. Point 2. Break your toxic inner dialogue right now. Silence it. Yes, silence it now. That voice that whispers that you can't, that you're not good enough, that you're going to fail again. That voice is not you. It's an echo, a poison that has taken hold in your mind and repeats lies that sound like truth. And do you know what's worst? You're believing it. Break free from it. That silent narrative is sabotaging your life. Every thought you don't question is an order you obey without realizing it. I'm a failure. I always mess up. I'm not capable. Stop. That's not humility. That's self-destruction. The philosopher Epictetus said it directly. It is not things that disturb us, but our opinion of them. And you're repeating opinions that don't come from your soul, but from fear, from the past, from others' judgment. You are hurting yourself with your own words. Would you talk to yourself like that if you were your best friend? Imagine for a moment that an external person said to you what you say to yourself in secret. Would you accept it? Would you allow yourself to be humiliated like that? So why do you let your mind do it to you every day? Break it. Cut it off. Silence that voice. Take control of your inner dialogue like a warrior, with truth, with firmness, with reason. Marcus Aurelius, in the midst of the chaos of the empire, wrote, "Your mind will take the form of what you frequently think. And if what you think is misery, don't expect peace. If what you repeat is failure, don't expect progress. You have to change the words you allow inside you. Speak to yourself like a warrior. Tell yourself the truth, even if it hurts. But don't condemn yourself. Correct with firmness, but not with cruelty. You have to be your ally, not your executioner. Don't wait to feel good to start. Start now with a single phrase. Change it. Question the next internal criticism. Is it real? Is it useful? Does it help you grow, or does it chain you? And replace it. Replace it with clarity. I can't do it transforms into I'm learning. Everything goes wrong for me becomes I am facing the challenge. I'm not good enough dies, and this is born. I am evolving. It's not about lying to yourself with empty phrases. It's about training your mind like a warrior trains their sword, with discipline, with intention, with purpose. You are not weak for doubting. You are human. But you are still a slave if you believe every automatic thought. Break free from that now. You are in charge. You decide. You rewrite your story. And do you know when your real transformation begins? When you hear your toxic inner dialogue, and you choose not to obey it. Unleash the power of your mind now. It's your garden or your war. What thoughts are you going to feed today? Write your response and decide what you want to grow and conquer. Your life. 3. Let go of the past. Don't live in chains. Stop. Breathe. Now look at yourself with brutal honesty. How many times have you relived that wound? How many times have you returned in silence to that moment you can no longer change? Enough. Free yourself from that invisible prison you drag day after day. You are not chained to the past. You are holding onto it, your own hands. Let go. Don't replay the scene in your mind as if replaying it will make it disappear. No. All you're doing is reopening a wound that should have already healed. And while life moves on, you remain trapped in a time that no longer exists. The past does not belong to us. What matters is what we decide to do now. You know this. So act. Forgive not for the other person, but for yourself. Don't keep drinking poison, hoping it will heal your soul. What happened, happened. And if it still hurts, it's because you haven't let go of the expectation that the past will be different. But it won't be. Look inward. Listen to that voice that repeats, if I had done this, if I hadn't said that ... will quote silence it. That voice is not you. That voice is your wounded ego, clinging to control, to fear, to the desire for revenge or justice. But the reality has already occurred, and a wise person is not tormented by what they cannot change. Break those mental chains. You are not your mistake. You are not your loss. You are not your trauma. You are what you choose to do now with all of it. Use the pain as fuel, not as an anchor. Transform that experience into wisdom. Don't run from what you felt, but don't stay there either. Learn. Be grateful. Let go. Do you want to move forward? Then give up the role of victim. Don't repeat the story over and over again, looking for compassion. Don't make excuses anymore. Don't lie to yourself. The past cannot be edited, but the present is written with your decisions. Today. Act as if you have already healed. Walk with purpose, not with nostalgia. Every time you return to the past, ask yourself, does this make me free or does it chain me? If it hurts, it's a signal. If it tightens, it's a message. And if it repeats ... you haven't let it go yet. Accept the past as a scar, not as an open wound. Scars don't hurt, they teach. But if it's still bleeding, you haven't let it go. Be brutally honest. What do you gain from keeping it alive? Who would you be without that pain? What would you do if you stopped holding on? The answer is scary. Because when you let go of the past, you no longer have excuses not to live fully. And that's where your true freedom begins. Let go. Don't look back. You are not a slave to who you were. You are the architect of who you decide to be from now on. Do you dare to break the chains? Do it now without looking back. As the philosopher Seneca would say, what matters is not how long you have lived, but how you choose to live the time you have left. And you? How much longer are you going to wait to free yourself? 4. Turn off the need for external validation. Now. It's time to look inside yourself. It's time to take control of your own life. How much longer are you going to depend on others' approval to feel valuable? Why do you give so much power to the opinions of others about who you are or what you deserve? The truth is this: your worth is not defined by the gaze of others. The philosopher Epictetus left us with a profound teaching. It's not things that disturb us, but the opinions we have of them. This principle is more relevant than ever. My friend, you are surrendering your power to external opinions, and that is the biggest mistake you can make. Why keep seeking acceptance where you don't need it? When you live seeking validation, you become a prisoner of others. Every gesture, every word, every like becomes an invisible chain that binds you and strips you of your peace of mind. It's time to break free. Turn it off. Turn off that constant need to be validated. Stop worrying about what people think of you. Take control of your life and let your worth depend on yourself. Enough of giving your power to voices that don't know your true self. True power is in being yourself without asking for permission. When you stop looking outside for what only you can give yourself, you will discover a deep peace. The philosophers taught us to be indifferent to external judgment. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, said, "The opinions of others do not affect you. Only you decide how to interpret what happens." Do it now. Turn off the need to be accepted. Be your own judge. Eliminate those voices that tell you what you should be. Take the reins of your destiny and start living for yourself without fearing the judgment of others. When you free yourself from that burden, you will discover a peace you never imagined. Now do it. Stop looking outward for happiness. It's time for your happiness to depend on you. 5. Block those who steal your energy without guilt. Have you ever felt drained after being with someone? As if, without warning, they had stolen every ounce of your energy, leaving you empty, exhausted. The worst part is that sometimes you don't even realize what's happening until the damage is already done. Enough. It's time for you to put a stop to it. You don't have to keep tolerating those people who drag you down, who empty you, who manipulate you. You don't have to stay close to those who criticize you, judge you, or make you feel like you're never enough. Be brutally honest with yourself. Why do you keep allowing those people to affect your peace of mind? What they do is like a slow poison that, over time, consumes you. And the worst part is that we are often not even aware of how much they hurt us. Those hurtful words, that lack of support, that negative energy. Do you really need it? Get rid of the burden. Block those who drain you. Don't feel guilty. You don't owe them anything. The philosopher Epictetus said, "Don't worry about what you can't control." And the people who take your energy, you can't control them. You can't change their attitude, but you can change your response. If someone constantly steals your energy, it's clear they don't deserve to be in your life. It's not about being cruel, but about prioritizing yourself. You don't have to be available for those who make you feel bad. Blocking is not just physical, it's emotional, it's mental. Free yourself. Putting distance between yourself and those who don't contribute anything positive to your life is an act of self-love. Imagine this. You wake up every morning with renewed energy, without outside burdens. Now you are the owner of your peace. You no longer need to be close to the people who drag you down. You are surrounded by those who lift you up, inspire you, and respect you. Do you dare? Do it today. Block them. Cut the ties. Protect your energy. Let your environment be a space where you are the center of your own peace. Because life is too short to give it away to those who don't know how to value who you are. Be strong. Be firm. Your energy is sacred. Don't give it away. Remember that you don't need to justify yourself. Walk away without fear, without regrets, without doubts. Because as Seneca said, life is not short, we just waste it. Don't keep wasting your energy on those who don't deserve it. Now block them, you decide. It's your peace. 6. Cut the habit of procrastinating your life. Wake up. How many times have you said, "I'll do it tomorrow"? How many opportunities have you let slip away just because you told yourself it was too soon? Or that you would do it at a more convenient time? Enough with the excuses. Life doesn't wait, and time, though it fools you, never comes back. The one who postpones life is losing life. You know this to be true. Every time you put off what you can do today until tomorrow, all you are doing is robbing yourself of the present. And what do you have in return? A bunch of empty promises. Look at your life right now. Are you doing what you've always dreamed of? Are you making the most of every second? Or are you waiting for the perfect moment? I'm going to be honest with you. That perfect moment will never arrive. The only thing that's perfect is what you decide to do now. Why do you keep waiting? Why do you keep staying in your comfort zone trapped in "I'll do it later." Do it now. Are you afraid to fail? Of course you'll fail. But failing is better than waiting around for something to change. The one who never acts never knows what could have been. A wise person doesn't fear making a mistake. They fear not trying at all. Remember that it's not what happens to you, but how you react that defines your life. Your reaction to procrastination is clear. You let fear or insecurity control you, no more. Cutting the habit of procrastinating is cutting the root of all your excuses. It's a direct blow to your mediocrity and an embrace of action, even if it's imperfect. Today is the day. Tomorrow is just a mirage. The only way to change your life is to start today. Whether it's that project you put on hold, that call you haven't made, or that book you never started reading, do it now. Don't make excuses. Don't tell yourself that tomorrow will be easier. Tomorrow is only a reflection of the present that you are building now. I know you have doubts, but guess what? Doubts only feed fear. While you keep thinking it over, time keeps passing. And when you look back, do you want to see a life of missed opportunities or a life of decisions made? Act now. Action is the antidote to procrastination. What's stopping you today? Lack of time? We all have the same amount of time. Fear of failure? Failure is a lesson that brings you closer to success. Break free from that habit now. Cut those invisible chains that keep you a prisoner of waiting. Every time you postpone something, you move a little farther away from your true self. And believe me, that is what you should fear the most. Living a life that was never yours, because you never dared to start. Take control. The present is the only moment you have. The future is just the sum of the decisions you make today. Don't look back. Don't make excuses. Do it now. And always remember the words of a great thinker. Life is very short, and there is no time to waste. Are you going to keep waiting, or are you going to start living? Do it now. 7. Free yourself from comparing yourself. Only you matter. It's time to stop. Why do you keep comparing yourself to others? Every time you look at what others have, achieve, or are, you lose a piece of your peace of mind. It's as if you're drowning in a sea of other people's expectations, trying to reach for something that isn't yours, something that doesn't belong to you. Did you know that the biggest obstacle to your personal growth is precisely comparison? Philosophers have long known this. Don't put what's in your hands into the hands of others. And that is exactly what you do when you compare yourself to others. You put your value in the hands of external factors. When you compare yourself, you are measuring your worth with a ruler that has nothing to do with you. Stop using other people's lives as a mirror for your own. Your life is unique, your challenges are your own, and your path is exclusive to you. Why are you so focused on what others are doing? As long as you keep looking to the side, you will never see what's in front of you. Your energy gets diluted, your focus shifts, and your time is spent on something that doesn't benefit you at all. You're facing a losing battle because you're measuring yourself against people with a different journey, a different story, and different resources. Your struggle is not the same as theirs. Thinkers taught us to focus on what we can control. The control over your thoughts, over your actions, and over your emotions. When you compare yourself to others, you are giving away your power. You are letting yourself be dragged along by the current of others' expectations and forgetting what really matters, your own path. Free yourself from comparison right now. There's no need to keep looking at what the neighbor is doing, what others are achieving, what others have. Only you matter. Your worth doesn't depend on what others do or what they have. You are valuable simply for being who you are, for what you are capable of achieving with your own resources, for the person you are building day by day. Remember, don't compare yourself to others. Compare only to the man you were yesterday. This is the key to getting out of the vicious cycle of comparison. Every time you compare yourself, you lose the opportunity to be better than you were yesterday. Live your life without looking back. Only what you do with it matters. It's time for you to stop being a prisoner of other people's standards. The only competition you have is yourself. The only one who needs to grow, improve, and move forward is you. Live for yourself, by yourself, and for your own well-being. Only you matter. 8. Silence the voice of fear that holds you back. Do you know what's really holding you back? That little voice that's always there, whispering to you at every step, telling you that you're not good enough, that you can't do it, that you're going to ruin everything. That fear, that little voice, is the biggest obstacle you face. It's not others, it's not the situation. It's not your environment. It's your own fear, that inner voice that paralyzes you and convinces you that you're worthless, that you can't, that what you want is out of your reach. Enough, it's time to silence that voice. Don't give it power. Fear is not real. It's just an illusion. And like all illusions, you can eliminate it. The philosopher Seneca said, "Fear is not real. It's just the projection of something that hasn't happened yet." Think about it. Has everything you fear ever really happened? Or do you just live in constant worry about what might happen? Fear is a thief of time. It steals your opportunity to act, to grow, to be who you truly are. Why are you afraid? What's behind that voice that holds you back? Fear of failure. Fear of criticism, fear of the unknown. But guess what? Fear is a sign that you're on the right path. When you feel fear, it's because you are about to step out of your comfort zone. And that's what really makes you grow. Every step into the unknown, every attempt, every challenge is an opportunity to become stronger, to prove to yourself that fear has no control over you. Silence it now. Don't let that voice continue to dictate your life. Every time it says, "You can't," respond with a "Yes, I will." Don't stop. Life doesn't wait, and time doesn't stop for your fear. Imagine this. You face that challenge, that situation you were so afraid of. But instead of giving up, you go for it with courage, knowing that no matter what happens, you will be stronger. You realize that fear didn't hold you back. On the contrary, it pushed you to move forward. Are you going to keep listening to that voice? Are you going to keep believing that you can't? Or are you going to take control and say to fear, "Today, no more"? Remember, fear only has power over you if you allow it to. Silence that voice. Listen to your heart. Act with courage. Because what you're really afraid of isn't failing. It's not trying. Be brave. Silence the fear. Your mind is your greatest ally or your worst enemy. What you repeat to yourself, you will believe. What story will you tell yourself today? Write your version and make it so powerful that it transforms your reality forever. 9. Wake up. Your time is not infinite. Life doesn't wait. Every second that passes is a second that will not return. Deep down, we know that time is not our eternal ally, but we tend to forget it amidst our daily occupations. Philosophical thought invites us to reflect on this reality in a profound and at times uncomfortable way. Wake up, it tells us. Your time is not infinite. And that is a reminder we all need to hear from time to time. Imagine that your life is a book with a limited number of pages. Some people read their book quickly, others read it more slowly, but the truth is that nobody knows how many pages they have left. This philosophy invites you to think of each page as a precious moment. If you don't stop to value what you have in the present, you can lose many pages by not having lived with intention. One of the great masters of this philosophy, Seneca, left us a fundamental lesson about time. In his letter to Lucilius, he wrote, "It is not that we have a short time, but that we lose a lot." It is a phrase you cannot ignore without reflecting. How many times a day do you feel busy but not productive? How many moments of your life have you wasted thinking you would have more time tomorrow? The truth is that the time you let slip away never returns. That call you didn't make, that project you put off, that hug you didn't give, they are all pieces of time that are gone forever. But how do you live with the awareness that time is escaping? Philosophers don't tell us to stop dreaming or planning for the future. On the contrary, they invite us to be more aware that, although the future is important, the only real thing is the present. The present moment is the only thing that belongs to you, says Epictetus. And with that phrase, he urges us to stop spending energy on what we cannot control, the uncertain future, worries about what could have been, and expectations of what might happen. If we really stop to think about what we can control, we would realize that most of the things we do daily have no real value. This doesn't mean we should stop planning or dreaming. On the contrary, this philosophy tells us to be wise in choosing what to do with our time. While we don't know how many pages we have left to read, we can decide what to write on them. Instead of living on autopilot, this mindset invites us to be aware of every moment, to choose our actions with purpose, and to focus on what really matters. A short story illustrates this perfectly. There's a man who, at the end of his life, realizes he spent his time chasing things that didn't bring him satisfaction. For years, he thought he would be happy if he had more money, more recognition, or more power. But looking back, he realizes that the only things that truly mattered to him were spending more time with his family, enjoying the small things in life, and being authentic with himself. When he faces death, he can no longer go back in time. It's too late to change what he didn't live with intensity. That reflection makes us question, are you really living according to what matters to you? Or are you just passing through life without making the most of the time you have? This philosophy doesn't propose a life of constant stress or hurry, but a life of focus. Instead of seeing time as something that slips through our fingers, it suggests we use it with wisdom. What can you do today that will bring you closer to the person you want to be? What decisions can you make now that, over time, will make you proud to have lived a full life? Every action, every thought, every word counts. Remember that you are not alone in this reflection. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest emperors and thinkers, dedicated many of his meditations to the fleetingness of time. In his famous Meditations, he wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." And with that phrase, he reminds us that time is limited, and there is no time to waste on empty theories or conversations. Time is earned with actions, not with excuses. If something is important to you, do it today. If you have a pending conversation, have it now. If you feel that something is holding you back, free yourself from it. The time to act is always the present. Time is the most valuable asset we have. And this lesson calls us to be fully aware of it, to live with intentionality, and to stop waiting for opportunities to appear on their own. If you really want to change something in your life, start now. Don't wait any longer. Do it today. Time doesn't stop, and neither should you. 10. Stop self-sabotage and conquer your calm enough already. Stop being your own enemy. Every time you self-sabotage, you move farther away from the life you truly deserve. Self-sabotage is a powerful internal enemy that lives in your mind. And the worst part is that you feed it yourself. That negative inner dialogue, those limiting beliefs, those excuses you tell yourself to avoid acting. Have you ever stopped to think how many times you've ruined opportunities because of fear or insecurity that you yourself created? Calm is not something that appears magically. Calm is a decision you make every day. And to achieve it, you first need to stop that inner voice that always tells you that you can't, that you're not good enough, or that you don't deserve more. Have you realized how many times you've stopped just because you believed that lie? Fear, doubts, and procrastination are the main allies of self-sabotage, and it's time for you to face them. Did you know that one of the greatest enemies of success is the fear of failure? Thinkers taught us that fear is not real, but a projection of our mind. What is not up to you does not affect you, reminds us Epictetus. And self-sabotage is completely out of your control if you don't decide to make it yours. If you let the fear of failing control you, you will never move forward. The solution is simple. Stop that thought. Recognize when your mind starts making negative judgments about yourself, and stop it before it becomes a habit. Calm, true inner calm, only comes when you free yourself from the chaos created by your own doubts. When you stop sabotaging yourself, when you consciously choose to act and move forward, the peace you so long for becomes a reality. Thinkers knew that true strength doesn't lie in avoiding problems, but in maintaining serenity in the face of them. Calm is not the absence of chaos, but the ability to face it with clarity. Do you dare to free yourself from self-sabotage? First, you must accept that, in every moment, you have the power to change your story. Every negative thought you tell yourself is an opportunity to change course. Stop that destructive cycle now. You are the only one responsible for your actions, and it's time to take control. Remember that true calm is not found by avoiding problems, but by knowing that you can face them with clarity and confidence. Do it now. Stop sabotaging your potential. Conquer your calm and take the reins of your life. You have the power to transform your mind and your actions. Don't let self-sabotage define your destiny. You are stronger than you think. 11. Escape environments that kill your essence. Look closely. You feel that something inside you is fading, like a dim light that shines with less and less strength. You find yourself surrounded by people, situations, and places that, instead of inspiring you, empty you. Have you ever stopped to think about this? You are in an environment that is killing your essence. Those places that drain you. Those relationships that hold you back. Those conversations that diminish you. It's time to make a decision. Escape these environments. Because what surrounds you has immense power over who you are, how you feel, and what you believe you can achieve. And if you are in the wrong place, you are losing yourself. Be brutally honest. Your environment has a profound impact on your mindset and your energy. As a great thinker once said, happiness depends on you alone. But it's not just about your inner self. It's also about what you choose to allow into your life. The people, You surround yourself with the conversations you have, the places you visit. All of this affects how you think, feel, and act. If you continue to be surrounded by people who don't uplift you, by toxic environments, you are canceling yourself out. Why do you stay? Why are you still there? Because you think you have to fit in, because you are afraid of what will happen if you leave. But guess what? It is more painful to stay where you are not appreciated than to leave. It's more painful to stay in a place that limits you and drags you down than to leave and find your true path. You have the right to create an environment that nourishes you. Close the door today. Don't let negative conversations continue to enter your mind. Don't let others' expectations define you. Make a radical change. If you are in a place that kills your essence, leave. If you are surrounded by people who belittle you, walk away. It is not a betrayal of them. It is a betrayal of yourself to stay. You cannot keep giving your peace to those who do not value it. Imagine this. You wake up in a place that respects your essence, where energy flows positively. The people around you uplift you, inspire you, and challenge you to be better. Your mind is filled with constructive thoughts, and your soul feels light because you are in the right place with the right people. You are alive, full, and vibrant. Escape now. Don't waste any more time in environments that steal the best of you. Your life is too short to live in places that don't resonate with your essence. Take control. Change your environment, and you will change your life. As one philosopher said, it is not he who has little that is poor, but he who craves more. It is not the environment that limits you. It is your decision to stay in it. Escape what is killing you. Don't resign yourself. Look for what ignites you, what makes you grow, what drives you. Your essence is too valuable to let someone or something destroy it. 12. Break the obsession with total control enough. Stop trying to control every aspect of your life. Free yourself. The obsession with control is only consuming you. Every time you try to encompass everything, every time you want to have control over every outcome, every word, every situation, you are moving farther away from yourself. Total control is not only an illusion, it's a mental prison. What is outside our control is just a mirage that distracts us from what really matters. You should understand this now. You cannot control everything, not people, not time, not circumstances. So why keep fighting against the inevitable? Life is not something you can order like an object. You cannot predict every moment or control what others think or do. The only thing that is within your power is your reaction. And when you obsess over controlling everything, you lose your true strength, the control over yourself. Why do you live under this false belief that if everything were under your command, things would turn out well? That's a lie. The only thing you achieve is frustration, stress, and feeling powerless when things don't go as you planned. Life is uncertain. People change, circumstances transform, and you are not the owner of tomorrow. Let go of that need to always have the last word, to decide every little detail, to anticipate everything that will happen. Peace is not in total control. It's in accepting what you cannot change. A wise philosopher knew this. Don't worry about what is not up to you. Only worry about what you can control. Your thoughts, your actions, your attitude. And that's all. Stop fighting against the natural flow of life. Every time you try to control something beyond your reach, you are missing out on enjoying what truly matters, the present moment. Are you willing to sacrifice your peace of mind for the fear of losing control? If the answer is yes, I assure you that you will be losing much more than that. Relax. Let go. Not everything has to be under your control for it to be okay. There is beauty in the unpredictable, in the spontaneous. Instead of fighting to have everything in your hands, learn to flow with life. Accept the surprises, the falls, the unexpected. Because in each of those moments, in each unexpected turn, there's an opportunity to grow. Listen, fortune should not be feared, but understood. And how do you understand it? By ceasing to fear chaos, change, and the unknown. What happens, and you cannot avoid it. But what you can do is decide how you are going to live it. With anxiety, trying to control everything, or with calm, accepting what you cannot change and learning from it. Break free from that need to have control over every little detail. Live, feel, learn. True strength is not in controlling destiny, but in knowing how to react wisely to what life brings you. Free yourself from that burden. Life becomes much lighter when you stop burdening it with the illusion that everything must be controlled. Accept what you cannot control and change what is within your hands. Your way of seeing the world, your way of reacting to adversity, your inner peace. 13. Disconnect from digital noise and feel peace. It's time to wake up. The digital noise is slowly killing you. It's impossible to find peace in a world where notifications never stop, where everyone's opinions seem more important than your own well-being. You have been caught in a trap of constant distraction, where your attention is divided, your mind is fragmented, and your peace is lost in the sea of screens. Have you ever stopped to think about how the excess of information is affecting your mental health? You are constantly bombarded with news, messages, photos, videos, comments, and opinions that don't add to your life. They just exhaust you. This is digital noise, a time bomb that destroys your mental clarity, your ability to concentrate, and, worst of all, takes you away from what really matters. Peace is found in stillness, not in overload. And only when you disconnect from this digital chaos can you begin to hear the true voice of your mind. Thinkers taught us to cultivate serenity, to move away from what distracts and drains us. One of the greatest philosophers in history constantly reminded us that happiness depends on you alone, and that happiness can only flourish when you stop being constantly trapped by external noise. Do you dare to listen to your own voice? Do you dare to break out of the constant cycle of comparison, others' opinions, and artificial urgency? Do it now. It's not easy. You feel dependent on the noise. You think you need to be connected to be aware of everything. But the truth is, the more you connect to the digital world, the more you disconnect from yourself. Remember what a wise person said. It is not that we have little time. It is that we lose a lot of it. Every minute you spend on social media or aimless browse is a lost minute in which you could be cultivating your inner peace, your personal growth, and your self-awareness. Imagine for a moment what your life would be like without that constant noise. Imagine waking up in the morning and not reaching for your phone in search of a notification, but taking a few minutes for yourself to meditate, to be aware of your breath, to connect with your thoughts without interruption. Do you dare to try it? Do it now. Turn off notifications, put your phone on airplane mode, and treat yourself to silence. Your peace is within your control. Disconnecting from digital noise is an act of bravery, but also of wisdom. Peace is not something found in the external world. It is cultivated within. It is time to reconnect with yourself. Stop being a victim of the endless flow of information and choose the tranquility that only disconnection can give you. Your mind will thank you. Do it today. A free mind does not seek revenge. It seeks peace. What thought will you free today to regain your serenity and strength? Write it down and clear the space for what truly matters. 14. Abandon the habit of always being right. It's time to free yourself from the unnecessary burden of always having the last word. The constant desire to be right is a mental prison. It drags you into an endless cycle of arguments and confrontations that only wear you down, make you lose energy, and most dangerously, pull you away from true inner peace. You've become a prisoner of your ego, seeking validation in every conversation, in every debate. But what you are really losing is your tranquility. A philosopher once said, "Don't worry about what you cannot control." And what you cannot control are the opinions of others. As you cling to the need to be right, you forget something crucial. Not everything is worth debating. You are letting small battles take over your life, when the real challenge is conquering your peace and serenity. Have you noticed how many times you've argued just for the simple pleasure of winning? This eagerness to always be right is the silent enemy of your mental peace. It's like an internal war you wage daily. What do you get at the end of these arguments? Only more frustration, more tension, more emotional exhaustion. Every time you hold on to being right, you lose something much more valuable, your energy. Your mind gets trapped in a cycle of constant justification, thinking that if others recognize you as the one who is right, it will somehow validate you as a person. But it's not like that. Your worth does not depend on winning arguments. The wise teach us that true wisdom is in recognizing what we know, but also in accepting that not everything is under our control. You don't have to win every argument to feel good about yourself. You don't have to be the one who is always right. Learn to let go of that obsessive desire to prove you are correct. When you do this, you free yourself from a great burden, and suddenly you feel lighter, freer. You realize that peace doesn't depend on imposing your point of view, but on knowing when to let it go. Why keep fighting over something so insignificant? What do you gain by making others submit to your beliefs, your opinions, your arguments? True wisdom is not in winning all the battles, but in choosing the battles that are truly worthwhile. Make peace with yourself and let others be who they are. The desire to be right is a need of the ego, and the ego is never satisfied. The more you want to prove you're right, the more you move away from humility, empathy, and inner peace. Remember, peace is in the stillness of your mind. Stop feeding that need to always be right and start feeding your serenity. Do you dare to let it go now? Do it, because what really matters is not winning an argument, but winning your inner peace. Stop fighting and start living in a calm state. 15. Change "I have to" "I choose to." How many times have you woken up feeling trapped in an endless cycle of obligations, others' expectations, and responsibilities that you didn't choose, but feel you must fulfill? I have to work. I have to study. I have to do this or that because there's no other option. Have you ever felt like a slave to your own calendar? That constant "I have to" that sneaks into your thoughts, pushing you to do things without questioning them, without reflecting on what you truly want or need. What if I told you that you could change that? What if you could transform all that "I have to" into a powerful "I choose to"? The power of decision is what gives you freedom. Stop feeling dragged along by what others expect of you. Stop living in the shadow of an endless list of I have tos that drains your energy and makes you feel dissatisfied. A wise philosophy invites you to take control of your life, to recognize that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you can decide how to react to it. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you that bothers you, but how you react to it. Every time you say, I have to, you are resigning yourself. You are telling yourself that you have no power, that you are not free. It's as if you're letting the wind carry you without direction or purpose. But what if you could take the helm of your life? Imagine that instead of I have to, you say with firmness, I choose to. What happens when you truly realize that every action you take is your own choice? You are free. You free yourself from the weight of others' expectations, from unchosen commitments, and you connect with what truly matters, your own desires, your values, your boundaries, how to change it. Every time you think I have to, stop for a moment and change it to I choose to. Replace that phrase that limits you with something that empowers you. You are the architect of your life. And when you say, I choose to, you allow yourself to recognize that you, and only you, have the power to choose your path. It's not about ignoring your responsibilities, but about giving them their proper place. Consciously decide what you really want to do. I guarantee you that small modification in your mind and language will change your perspective immediately. It will make you feel stronger, more focused, more free. You will no longer be a slave to your I have tos. You will be the owner of your I choose tos. Imagine how your life would change if, instead of dragging yourself through the day, you consciously choose each task you face. Every time you say, I choose to, you remind yourself that you are in control. When you make decisions from this perspective, you will not only be more effective, but you will also be more aligned with who you truly are. No more excuses, no more feeling trapped. You decide. Remember what a wise person said. It's not that we have little time, but that we lose a lot. Today, take control. Changing I have to I choose to is an act of self-liberation. It is the first step to creating the life you truly desire. You decide what you do with your time, your energy, your mind. Because true freedom begins when you stop feeling like you have to do things and realize that you actually choose to do them. 16. Silence the guilt. You've already learned the lesson. How many times have you replayed the past in your mind, repeating over and over those mistakes, those wrong decisions you made? Guilt consumes you, traps you, and makes you feel small, as if you were a failure. But are you really? It's easy to fall into the trap of guilt, that feeling that you should have done things differently. But what do you achieve with it? Does it really help you improve or just sink you deeper into despair? A philosophical approach teaches us something fundamental. You cannot change the past, but you can choose how you face it. A great thinker once said, "It's not about what happens to you, but how you react to it." Why do you keep allowing guilt to control you? It's like a shadow that never leaves you in peace. A constant voice that reminds you of your mistakes and makes you feel unworthy of moving forward. But listen closely. You have already learned the lesson. It's time to let go of that burden you're carrying, because everything you needed to learn from that mistake, you already know. Guilt has no power over you unless you give it to it. Have you stopped to think that this guilt is actually stealing your present? It keeps you trapped in a cycle of regret, pushing you away from the opportunities you have now, from the path you could be on. Yes, you made a mistake. Who hasn't? But the important thing is not the mistake, but what you do afterward. Are you going to keep feeling sorry for yourself? Or are you going to use that pain to grow, to learn, to not repeat it? A wise philosophy tells you that suffering is inevitable, but pain should not be your master. Guilt only sinks you into repetition. It's like going in circles, always returning to the same place without moving forward. It's a slow but deadly poison for your peace of mind. So silence that voice that tells you that you're not good enough. You've already learned the lesson, you already understand it, you already know it. It's time to turn the page. Remember that. The past has no power over you unless you give it to it. Today is the day to free yourself from that burden. Silence the guilt. Eliminate that inner voice that reminds you of what you can no longer change. True wisdom is learning to live with what you did, understanding what happened, and then acting differently in the future. A philosopher reminds us, don't be distressed by what you cannot control. Stop being distressed by what you can no longer change. Guilt won't help you. It only paralyzes you. It's time for you to receive your own compassion. That is true strength, the one that comes from recognizing that you are human, that you make mistakes, but that each mistake brings you closer to wisdom. You've already learned the lesson. So what are you going to do now? It's time to let go of the weight of the past. It's time to allow yourself to move forward with your head held high. Because in the end, guilt is just a prison in your mind, and you have the key to free yourself. 17. Reclaim your space. Your peace is worth more than anything. How many times have you found yourself sacrificing your inner peace to please others, to fit into places that are not for you, or to stay in situations that drain you? Modern life constantly pushes you to be available to everyone, responding to messages, meeting others' expectations, always being busy. But have you ever stopped to think of all that is really worth it? Your peace, your inner tranquility, is priceless. And yet, we often sacrifice it in the name of external demands, others' opinions, or the desire to be everywhere. It's time to stop doing that. Remember the philosophical teachings. Tranquility is a refuge for the soul, more valuable than any material good. Your peace is the most valuable thing you own. Nothing, absolutely nothing, should be worth more than it. Not the approval of others, not the fear of being left behind, not the desire to fill your schedule with things that don't add to your life. Your space, both physical and mental, must be untouchable. Reclaiming your space doesn't mean being selfish, but being aware that you are the guardian of your serenity. People, circumstances, situations often invade you, overload you, and push you in directions you didn't choose. But you have the power to decide what you let in and what you don't. Your peace must be your priority. A great philosopher once said, "Inner peace does not depend on external circumstances, but on how you handle them." When you allow others' chaos to invade your personal space, you lose your power. It's as if, for a moment, you forget who you really are and begin to live by the rules that others impose. Have you noticed how easy it is to fall into that game? But today, I invite you to say enough. Reclaim your space. Make your tranquility non-negotiable. Stop justifying the chaos, the pressure, or the constant urgency of having to be available to everyone. Because in the end, if you don't have peace, what's the point of everything else? Why make constant sacrifices that strip you of what's most important? Reclaiming your space means setting clear boundaries, saying no when necessary, walking away from environments that exhaust you, and letting go of people who don't respect your time and energy. And most importantly, giving your peace the value it deserves. Imagine for a moment, you wake up every day with a clear mind, without feeling dragged along by external expectations. Your time is yours, your space is yours, and no one can invade it without your permission. You would feel free, right? This philosophy invites you to cultivate this freedom, to create an internal refuge that no one can take from you. Always remember, nobody has the power to take away your peace unless you allow them to. So what are you going to do today to reclaim your space? What boundaries are you going to set to protect your tranquility? It is your decision. And believe me, your peace is worth more than everything else. And if you made it this far, comment, "I made it this far." And there you have it. You've discovered the 17 habits that are stealing your mental peace. Now it's your turn. What are you going to do with this information? Remember, every habit you eliminate from your life is one more step toward the tranquility you deserve. Mental peace is not something you find by chance. It is built with conscious and firm decisions. You have the power to change your life, to free yourself from unnecessary burdens, and to reclaim your space. If this video helped you identify which habits are draining your energy, it's time to take action. Get rid of what doesn't serve you, what holds you back, and make your peace a priority. Don't wait any longer, act now. Leave me a comment telling me which of these habits you are ready to eliminate. I want to know about your experience. And if you like this content, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to continue reclaiming your mental peace together. I'll leave you with these two videos that will help you delve even deeper into your personal growth and well-being. See you in the next video.